From a controlling girlfriend who monitored her boyfriend's every move to a woman so desperate for attention that she faked having cancer for money, Mary's story is one of the most shocking downfalls in 90 Day Fiancé history. At first, she seemed like just another young woman in love, but as the season went on, fans saw her true colors. Her obsession with control, her lies, and her scams slowly unraveled her image until she became one of the most hated people on the show. When Mary first appeared in The Other Way Season 5 with Brandon, their relationship looked like a simple, long-distance romance. But fans quickly realized this wasn't just a clingy girlfriend. This was something much darker. She demanded to be on video call with Brandon 24/7, even while he was sleeping, showering, or at the doctor's office. What should have been a relationship built on love and trust turned into a never-ending surveillance mission. The dentist appointment incident made viewers' jaws drop. Brandon went in for a normal checkup, but Mary couldn't handle not being there. She stayed on video call the whole time, interrogating him. When she found out a female assistant was touching his teeth, she accused him of being unfaithful. The poor dentist didn't know what was happening, and viewers could only shake their heads. Then came the airplane incident. Brandon was flying to meet her in person, and by random chance, he was seated next to a woman. Instead of being excited to see him, Mary accused him of choosing to sit near girls on purpose. Brandon eventually switched seats to calm her down. Fans saw this as a clear sign. Mary had complete control over him. Things only got worse when Brandon finally arrived in the Philippines. At church, Mary demanded that he stare only at the priest and not glance at other women in the room. Even turning his head made her furious. And in private, she revealed she had been lying all along. She admitted that when she wanted to sneak out with friends, she would cut off the Wi-Fi and pretend the power had gone out. While she demanded full honesty from Brandon, she was free to lie and do as she pleased. Her toxic behavior spread beyond jealousy. She cut Brandon off from his own family. His mother, Angela, pointed out that Mary's control was destroying him. She wasn't wrong. Mary wouldn't even allow Brandon to visit his mom's house because other women lived there. Slowly, Brandon was being isolated from everyone who cared about him. Then came the pregnancy announcement in 2023. Mary revealed she was expecting, and Brandon's life became even more complicated. At just 23, he was stuck in a foreign country with no stable income, tied forever to a woman who manipulated his every move. Fans believed the timing was no coincidence. Mary used the pregnancy to trap him even further. Their fights only grew louder and more painful. Brandon eventually walked out during one explosive argument, and cameras caught him sleeping on a bench outside. It was a heartbreaking image of a young man completely defeated. Even the proposal and wedding felt off. Brandon proposed without much thought, and Mary immediately said she wasn't ready for marriage, though she still accepted. Their wedding day looked picture perfect, but fans knew the truth. It wasn't love, it was survival. After marriage, things didn't magically improve. They welcomed their baby daughter, Midnight, but money problems quickly took over. Their small businesses failed, they fell into debt, and they turned to social media to make ends meet. But Mary's most shocking move was still to come. In 2024, Mary claimed she had colon cancer. She posted emotional updates, shared hospital photos, and Brandon launched a GoFundMe for her supposed treatment. Fans, feeling sympathy for the young mother, donated their hard-earned money. For a moment, people rallied around her, but cracks started to appear. Her story didn't add up. Medical details were vague, timelines didn't make sense, and eventually, the truth came out. Mary never had cancer. What she actually had were hemorrhoids, a treatable condition, but far from life-threatening. Instead of telling the truth, she chose to exaggerate her illness into a fake cancer diagnosis, just to pull in sympathy and cash. This revelation was the final straw for fans. People were furious that she would exploit such a serious disease for money. Those who donated felt scammed. Cancer survivors and their families were especially outraged, calling Mary's actions cruel and unforgivable. Her apology only made things worse. She claimed it was all a misunderstanding, saying she thought hemorrhoids meant colon cancer. Fans weren't buying it. This wasn't a mistake. This was a deliberate attempt to trick people into sending money. The backlash was swift and brutal. Social media turned against her, and whatever small fan base Mary had left vanished overnight. What began as clingy jealousy had now evolved into full-blown fraud. By the time the truth came out, Mary had destroyed her own reputation completely. Looking back, her downfall feels almost inevitable. every step of her journey showed the same pattern: control, lies, and manipulation. From monitoring Brandon's bathroom trips, to cutting him off from his family, to faking a life-threatening illness for money, Mary consistently showed viewers who she really was. And that's why her downfall is so satisfying to watch. Reality TV fans have seen their fair share of toxic couples, but Mary stands out. She built her relationship on fear, used her child as a prop, and even tried to profit off fake cancer. But in the end, the lies caught up with her. Fans saw through the act, and Mary went from a controversial cast member to one of the most despised figures in 90-Day Fiancé history. Her story is a warning about how far manipulation can go before it all comes crashing down. Mary's attempt to control everything and everyone ended with her losing the one thing she wanted most: public sympathy. And that is why her downfall remains one of the most satisfying in the franchise.